Great, all the clouds and unsettled rainy conditions. We have got high pressure building in for the start of the week, so that means clearer skies, warmer temperatures. If you're a warm weather lover, you are going to love this week's temperature regime. But unfortunately, as the heat and humidity build, it becomes pretty summery by the middle part of this week. We could see some strong storms as well. But first and foremost, the temperatures. This week, we start warming things up as we become a little bit more sunny. We get high pressure in control, and we've got temperatures heading near 80. Potentially during the peak heat and humidity middle part of this week, we could see 90 degrees as well. So I'm just so happy to be able to celebrate that we've got sunnier skies, clear skies, and maybe some warm weather lovers will be happy to see warm sunshine for this time of year as well. The only downside is we have a 15% chance of seeing maybe 90 degrees one more time this week. So far, only one so far this season, and it could be humid. 65 to 70 degree dew points can't be completely ruled out. So I think sticky to unpleasant is going to be kind of the name of the game, real heat index values. And Thursday, we're watching another slight chance for some strong storms. I think thunderstorms are a good bet for Thursday, but the coverage, the aerial kind of an amount of area that will be affected by the potential for strong storms with maybe strong gusty winds, large hail, that's some bigger question marks remain. So we'll keep you posted at capitalweathergang.com this week as we get closer to Thursday. Stay tuned for updates. It could be an interesting day weather-wise if we do have that cold front timing perfectly at the peak heating of the day as it comes through from west to east, but that remains to be seen. So no guarantee for strong storms, but maybe at least everyday thunderstorms. There's a 50, 60, 65% chance of seeing some just everyday thunderstorms on Thursday as well as we get a cold front to break our heat and humidity, our summery conditions for the middle part of this week. Hi, Peter. Hi, Rick. Drought is doing A-okay. Let's look at that. For precipitation this week, we don't have maybe too much overall, except maybe eyeing those storms on Thursday. Clouds are fewer and far between for the work week. No surprise, right? We've got our weekend cloud pattern continues, maybe even into next weekend. We'll keep you posted on that, unfortunately. And as Rick is wanting to know, rain amounts fairly modest this week, quarter, half inch of rain over much of the region. But the great news is we've had a lot of rain, above average rain in the last 2 weeks, surpluses of a half inch to an inch of rain in much of the region. And the green shadings, even more than that, more than an inch and a half of surplus in just the last 14 days, the last 2 weeks. Especially south of town. So here you go, Rick. The drought is under control. The yellow shading, though, does indicate some abnormally dry conditions in the medium term. The 3 to 6 week length of time, we could still see stand to see some more rain to fill in some of the abnormally dry conditions. But I've looked at the seasonal outlook and the monthly outlook and even the precipitation patterns over the coming weeks. It looks like we are leaning above average, so I don't see a high risk, a high threat of drought developing anywhere in the region, Rick. So, Mike, good evening. 10 out of 10 day in the valley. April, I think you've got a decent chance for a good recess tomorrow, and Tuesday looks pretty dry. High pressure is in control, so we're gonna like celebrate a little bit with that. I think let me do the confetti. There we go. So confetti for high pressure building in Monday and Tuesday. We've got some. Oh, there's balloons. Fantastic. We're celebrating a return to sunshine and dry conditions for Monday and Tuesday. Maybe west of town we see a couple showers and storms on Wednesday, but we will keep you posted on that as they get closer. Good evening, David. Hi, Paul, and hi, Ruth Elisa, and Rick. You're most welcome. And Tuesday looks okay for Ruth Elisa to go get to your appointment. And Memorial Day weekend is looking a little unsettled, Paul. We'll have to keep you posted. It looks like we could have the front that moves through Wednesday night and to Thursday night comes back northward as a warm front over this weekend. So we'll keep you posted on that. Jack, indeed, looking stormy on Thursday. There is a very decent chance of thunderstorms on Thursday, but the question marks are, do we see widespread strong storms with some large hail or some damaging wind gusts? It remains to be seen. We could have some cloud cover during the day as the cold front gets closer, and there's no guarantee that the cold front moves through at perfect timing, which for strong storm development would be in the peak heating of the day, mid to late afternoon. So a lot of ingredients would have to come together to produce strong storms, but yes, there is a 15 to 30% chance of seeing some storms among some decent chance for everyday storms, but 15 to 30% chance that among those storms we'll see some strong wind gusts and strong storms with some large hail potentially. All right, so my PM update is there at the top. Anytime you need us, we're at capitalweathergang.com. I'm Camden Walker. As you can see, it's a warm week. We first start clearing the clouds away, and then we warm up. We get a little summery. The dew points start matching. Some of this warm air starts coming in with some humidity by the middle part of this week. 80 kind of to start the week, maybe 90, an outside chance of 90 by the middle part of this week. We could add maybe one storm, excuse me, one day to our heat tracker. Maybe we'll get our second day of 90 degrees or hotter this week, and heat index values above the air temperature. When you combine the humidity in with the air temperature, we could feel a little bit warmer and sticky this week. I think unpleasant conditions in the 65 to 70 degree range there on our emoji dew point scale are possible. And yes, with all the instability and humidity and juice in the atmosphere as a cold front approaches Thursday, we do have a slight chance for severe storms with some strong winds and some large hail potentially on Thursday. Not a high chance just yet, but uh, good chance we see just everyday thunderstorms, and then we'll keep you posted on the strong storm threat as we get closer to Thursday. So please stay tuned to capitalweathergang.com as we get closer. Precipitation kind of hard to come by this week. Overall, it's a drier week. We kind of have earned it after our unsettled weekend, and clouds are generally kind of staying at bay for most of the work week. We'll see as this cold front approaches late Wednesday night into Thursday night. So we'll let you know, but more often than not, you'll need the sunscreen this week. Rain amounts are modest, quarter to half inch perhaps over the next 7 days. By the time you talk to me next week for our weekly 20-minute Sunday sunset chat, overall modest amounts, and most of this comes from those summery storms that we could see on Thursday. Yes, a few of those could be strong to severe, but not a high chance just yet for a widespread event. We'll keep you posted. The good news is for those gardeners and farmers who are interested in kind of how our rainfall is doing, the last 2 weeks have generally seen more wet surplus spots, rain surpluses more than not. So you've been noticing you've been watering less with an extra half inch to an inch in most of your buckets. Drought is staying at bay, but those yellow shaded regions are medium term spots. Over the last 3 to 6 weeks, they're abnormally dry. They're not official droughts, but they are worth watching. And the seasonal and monthly outlooks for precipitation patterns really don't indicate a high chance that we see drought develop over the region. All right, looking ahead, we are leaning for precipitation above average for next work week and a slight lean toward above average temperatures for next work week as well. All right. Hi, Shardy. We are on Instagram. Thanks so much. I'll see you for a holiday edition, Memorial Day Sunset Chat next Monday. So you're right. I will see you in 8 days, not 7. Thanks for that. I'm Camden Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com. Thanks for tuning in on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. James, I do think we could see some puffs of wildfire smoke this week. I haven't seen a major impact just yet for the air quality conditions this upcoming week. David, indeed, you'll see me in 8 days. It's hard to say that, but in Memorial Day, we'll do a holiday edition sunset chat. Our 20-minute chat will be next Monday instead of Sunday. Let's see, we've got G&G, Christy, DQ. Thanks for tuning in on Instagram. And Anne and Rob. Let's see, Craig. Back into the 90s for high temperatures. Well, we could see an outside chance of 90 this week, Craig. I think middle part of this week, Wednesday might be the highest chance to see, seeing 90 degrees. Not a high likelihood just yet, but I do think that we are clearing out, and the high pressure could get us the high pressure system ahead of the cold front with also southerly flow off of the Gulf of Mexico. We could get hot, humid, maybe near 90 degrees on Wednesday. Maybe Thursday has a slight chance of that as well. All right. Confetti, thank you very much, Doggy. So do I do confetti with just one peace sign? There's balloons. Got it. All right. So we're celebrating high pressure building in this week, warmer temperatures for you warm weather lovers. There will be some heat and humidity by the middle part of this week, but I'm celebrating additional sunshine, fewer clouds, what we've been talking about. High pressure building in and taking control, at least until maybe Thursday. We could start seeing some storms pop again as a cold front moves through. Outside chance some of those storms are strong to severe with some hail and wind threat potential from those storms on Thursday, but a lot has to come together still to give higher confidence for a severe weather threat on Thursday as well. All right. Thanks you for tuning in on Instagram. Rachel Fish TBM Rachel. All right. Lewis on Facebook. I haven't heard any reports of cicadas yet, but let's pull up that map really quick. I am very interested. For my allergy sufferers, I'll give you the pollen here at the top. And for my cicada followers, the map here at the bottom with one of the broods that should be in May hatching in some of the tidewater portions of Virginia near the Chesapeake Bay. So, indeed, Lewis and I are very curious if you've heard any cicadas down in the eastern part of Virginia. My fellow allergy sufferers, trees and grasses have been bothering you. The rains this weekend offered some reprieve, but as you saw from the temperature forecast, we've got heat and humidity and sunshine building back in that is conducive to producing most of any of our allergens this week. So I am sorry for the bad news. Get to those allergy regimens at the ready if you can. All right, David, thanks so much for that. And Lewis, very good. Keep me posted. And Charlene, let me know about the sound. I hope it is doing all right on the sound quality on Instagram. Thanks for that report. And we've got, yep, David doing a Memorial Day Sunday sunset chat. Wait, Memorial Day holiday edition sunset chat. Only a few times a year do I have to say that, so I'll see you again in 8 days, not on next Sunday. So I'm Camden Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com. That's our blog at the Washington Post. Anytime you need us, direct link to our latest forecasts. Summer outlook, we should have that closer soon toward Memorial Day as it's coming along, but the general consensus right now, above average temperatures, maybe above average precipitation, slight probabilities for both of those categories for the summer. Let me put back up our PM update for my report there, which includes some decent breakdowns of our rains and drought conditions that are at bay still in the region. Temperatures animated here below, they start the week warm, right? We clear off the skies first under high pressure, slowly taking control. Yes, we could see some patchy fog the next couple mornings, but overall, we are turning clear skies. We are turning into warmer temperatures. And by the middle part of the week, we could see 90 degrees and some noticeable humidity. So, do we maybe add one more of 90-degree or hotter day to our heat tracker? We could get to number two this week on our heat tracker. We will see. And the dew point emoji scale is accurate for maybe 65 to 70-degree dew points possible by the middle part of this week. Sticky and unpleasant. Well, let's see. I think I remember two down signs. Or is that just rain? Well, rain chances come in with humidity chances, maybe west of the Blue Ridge Mountains by late Wednesday night. Uh, Moving into the DC area, maybe as the cold front times for Thursday during the day. Remains to be seen. Yes, everyday thunderstorms seem like a decent bet for Thursday, but does the cold front time perfectly to cash in on perfect daytime heating, instability, maybe some skies that are clear, fighting some clouds? We'll see. So 15 to 30% chance that we do see some severe weather on Thursday with the two main threats there in the brown and yellow. That's 15 to 30% chance in some of the area for some severe storms among our everyday summer-like storms. We might see some large hail and some maybe a couple damaging wind gusts. We will keep you posted. It's not high confidence just yet, but worth mentioning, keep in the back of your mind as that cold front approaches the heat and humidity at the middle part of this week. It could set off some storms. All right, Dana, uh, if you're looking for strong storms, Thursday might be your day. Let's hope for no widespread damage, though. I love a good storm as well. And David, yep, our summer forecast should be out shortly, our seasonal outlook. And Maria, thanks for tuning in on Facebook. And Julia, if you are done with the rain, I will try and turn it off at least until Thursday. Let's look at the precipitation format, the how it looks for this week. Generally dry, generally sunny, a few clouds to speak of, at least until this upcoming weekend. Uh, do I want to say rain amounts will be limited? I think so. Overall, a quarter to a half inch of rain is fairly modest for 1 week's worth of rain. Most of this below is kind of centered around Thursday's potential storms for the region. A few of those could be strong to severe, and of course, we'll keep you posted. But the good news is, and Julia, you are valid, the last 2 weeks we have rainfall surplus in the region. So we do generally we generally don't need any more rain in the immediate term, so that's the good news. Now, drought is also at bay because we're generally getting enough rain and keeping up with the average rain we'd expect for the water table this time of year. So that's also good news. So those yellow shadings were just abnormally dry spots that really don't look like they're going to be turning into drought anytime soon, but we'll keep an eye on it. Precipitation leans above average for next work week, which is another reason I'm not too worried about drought. And the temperatures for next work week also lean above average as well. All right, we've got Laura and Penny on Instagram. Thanks for tuning in, SM and Rachel. Let me see if I've missed any questions or comments on Instagram. Looks like I've caught up there. Please repeat anything I may have missed. And as a reminder, I will see you on Memorial Day Monday for a holiday edition for our Sunset Live Q&A. Our 20-minute chat will be 8 days from now. Yes, indeed, Kenny, it's really green and lush now. I know you love the rain, so that's great. And Caroline, I do, if I had to pick a day this weekend where rain is probably going to happen more than not, I would pick Saturday versus Sunday. I think Sunday has higher chances for being sunnier, drier, lower rain chance, but I both days generally have some unsettled conditions potentially. Allergy sufferers, you're probably feeling overall in the last week, trees and grasses. And I'm looking for those cicada reports. We do have a couple broods popping up in the nation, and one of them for 2024 should be hatching in Tidewater, Virginia, in a few spots near the Chesapeake Bay for this time of year. So let me know if you've heard any of those down in the Tidewater area. And we've got Gabby and Zach on Instagram. Thanks for tuning in. And let's see. Yep, Caroline and David, good to see you as well. All right. So, yes, David, indeed, we don't want drought in the summer. Looking good. Donna, thanks so much for tuning in. And Steph and Mary. All right. Let me quickly tell you our summer outlook should be out soon. Our seasonal outlook is coming out generally around Memorial Day. General consensus for the seasonal outlook, which again is 3 entire months, and generally a low confidence forecast, but better than just flipping a coin and looking at climatology. So right now, the skill set for the longer term climate computer models are leaning toward above average precipitation for the summer and above average temperatures here at the top for most of the nation. So that's our preview. Well, please stay tuned to Capital Weather Gang this week as we will drill down into the details for you. My PM update is there at the very top. I'm on the air another 3 minutes or so, and I wish you a happy Memorial Day weekend since I won't talk to you for 8 days. Now on Memorial Day, we'll do a holiday edition Sunset Chat live Q&A then. Meb and Chiaro and Kem and Nick, good to see you on Instagram. Thanks so much for tuning in. And I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and X. And David, I love all your humor always. And Romaine and Nick, thanks so much for tuning in. All right, so we have temperatures animated here below. It starts the week fairly warm. High pressure kind of taking a moment to build in. Patchy fog possible the next couple mornings. A little bit of cloud cover possible tomorrow, but Tuesday looks dry, sunny, pretty nice ahead of the summery heat and humidity, I would argue, for the middle part of the week, Wednesday, Thursday. And on that note, we could see another addition to our heat tracker here. Maybe our second 90-degree day of the year is possible this upcoming week. Dew points are in the 65 to 70-degree range if I can activate it. There we go. Sticky to unpleasant conditions are possible to accompany kind of our Wednesday, Thursday warmer conditions. So we could combine the heat with the temperatures, and we have a heat index potentially Wednesday and Thursday. So it might feel a little bit warmer than the air temperature that you would read on the thermometer, because our skin might have a very hard time getting rid of heat, sweat being a little bit more difficult for it to evaporate. That's our natural cooling method. So do prepare for, as we go into the warm, sticky season, it will feel a bit uncomfortable on Wednesday and Thursday. We're not quite used to it yet. Give us another 2-3 weeks, and we'll be acclimated to the levels we're expecting for the middle part of this week. And of course, as a cold front, excuse me, as a cold front approaches on Thursday, we could see with a decent chance some everyday summer-like thunderstorms. Within those, decent chance for everyday thunderstorms on Thursday, there's an outside chance the cold front times perfectly with the heating of the day and maybe very sunny skies and the heat and humidity already in place. 15 to 30% chance that we see some strong to severe storms on Thursday as well. The two main threats we're looking at, which again, not high confidence, no reason for anxiety. Stay tuned to capitalweathergang.com as we get closer. We could see some strong damaging wind gusts and maybe some large hail. So we'll keep you posted. It's worth watching, keeping in the back of your mind as the cold front approaches later this week. But we'll, of course, keep you updated on the latest information at capitalweathergang.com throughout this week. All right, that is my 20 minutes. Ruth Elisa, thanks for tuning in. Kenneth, thanks for tuning in on X. And indeed, I will be watching hurricane season in the Atlantic starting on June 1st. And David, thanks again for tuning in. Henry and Airbuilder and Jimmy and AIM, thanks for tuning in on Instagram and Captain as well. I'm Camden Walker for Capital Weather Gang signing off. See you in 8 days. On Memorial Day, we'll do our next Sunset Live Q&A 20-minute chat. It'll be a holiday edition on Memorial Day night, 8 days from now. And Paul, good to see you as well. See you next Monday. And see you then, David, as well. All right, everyone, have a safe week. Just keep one small eye on the storm potential for Thursday. Could just be everyday thunderstorms, but there is a small chance that we do see some strong or severe storms embedded in our everyday storms as the cold front approaches on Thursday. Timing, exact timing to be determined, and there are a lot of question marks that keep it kind of a lower confidence statement that we see severe weather on Thursday, but there are some signs that we could see some. All right, I'll sign off for now. PM update there at the top. Forecast at a glance just above me. Anytime you need us, we're at capitalweathergang.com. Celebrating, let's see, I'll celebrate with this. I think this is confetti, correct? Come on, I want to celebrate high pressure building in this week, and warm weather lovers will love that we have a good amount of sunshine and warmth coming in this week. All right, take care for now. I'll see you on more.